An Albuquerque mayoral candidate is facing scrutiny over a $50,000 homestead tax exemption that he received on a Florida property. With prescription drug prices varying significantly across pharmacies, the New Mexico Department of Health has added a prescription cost lookup tool to its all payers claims database. The daughters of University of New Mexico staff members were tragically killed in a car crash in Oregon. And the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission held a business meeting in Las Cruces last week, addressing two significant matters concerning utility regulation in the state. From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Monday, June 30th, and we'll have more on those stories plus a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast on the other side of this break.
This episode is brought to you by the Kirtland Partnership Committee. For 30 years, we've been dedicated to supporting, growing, and preserving the Kirtland National Security Complex. We work tirelessly to enhance military readiness, foster community partnerships, improve quality of life, and promote economic development right here in New Mexico. Join us in our mission to ensure that Kirtland remains a cornerstone of national security and a key provider of quality jobs and investment for all of Greater Albuquerque. Together, we can make a powerful impact. Kirtland Partnership Committee, proudly shaping the future of our national security for 30 years.
Albuquerque mayoral candidate Darren White is facing scrutiny over a $50,000 homestead tax exemption he received on a Florida property starting in 2022 and is a tax break that requires the property be to a person's primary residence. This exemption saved him thousands in property taxes on a beachside home in Port St. Joe, Florida, and has raised questions about his residency as he campaigns for mayor of Albuquerque. New Mexico law mandates that candidates reside and be registered to vote in the district where they run for office. While White has a long voting history in Albuquerque and says he lives and pays taxes there, records show that he claimed the Florida property as his primary residence, provided a Florida driver's license, and submitted utility and banking documents to receive the tax break. The Albuquerque City Clerk's office declined to comment directly on whether this could impact his candidacy, citing potential legal review. However, a city clerk spokesperson noted that eligibility questions fall under the jurisdiction of the district court. White acknowledged owning the Florida home and said the tax exemption was a mistake, which he corrected after speaking with the Journal. As of June 25th, the Gulf County Appraiser's Office confirmed the homestead exemption had been removed. White, a former Bernalillo County sheriff and New Mexico public safety official, also leads a cannabis company and is one of 7 candidates in the Albuquerque mayoral race. Despite the homestead exemption, White voted in New Mexico's 2022 and 2024 elections and has no voting record in Florida. He maintains that he only briefly lived in Florida and returned to New Mexico in 2022. The property, he says, is now a rental. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Prescription drug prices can vary significantly across pharmacies, sometimes shocking patients at the checkout counter. For example, a 30-day supply of citalopram can cost anywhere from $3 at Walmart to $29 at CVS in Albuquerque. To help patients navigate this lack of transparency, the New Mexico Department of Health has added a prescription cost lookup tool to its all payers claims database. Launched in June, the tool helps users compare average medication prices based on millions of local healthcare claims. It builds on an earlier version that already allowed cost comparisons for procedures like MRIs, which can vary greatly by location. The database is now available in Spanish, enhancing accessibility, and patients can explore it at apcd.doh.nm.gov. A wildfire on the Navajo Nation in northeast Arizona, known as the Oak Ridge Fire, has burned at least 1,800 acres and has prompted a state of emergency declaration. The blaze, reported Saturday about 8 miles southwest of Window Rock, remains 0% contained as of Sunday. Strong winds have caused the fire to spread rapidly, though no injuries have been reported. Authorities identified 2 individuals of interest, possibly linked to wood hauling, but the cause is still under investigation. Evacuations have affected parts of St. Michael's and Navajo telecommunication roads, with 15 people displaced so far. In response, Stage 2 fire restrictions are now in effect across the Navajo Nation, banning all open flames, fireworks, and unnecessary firewood hauling. President Boone Nygren urged the public to remain cautious during ongoing drought conditions. The New Mexico Public Regulation Commission, or PRC, held a business meeting in Las Cruces on Thursday, addressing 2 significant matters concerning utility regulation in the state. First, the PRC unanimously agreed to grant confidentiality to certain documents tied to a proposed $1.25 billion sale of the New Mexico Gas Company from its current owner, Canada-based EMRA, to private equity firm Bernhard Capital Partners. The buyer, through Saturn Utilities Holdings, holdco would assume $700 million in cash and $550 million in debt. While the deal faces opposition from some energy advocates, regulatory staff, and the State Department of Justice, Thursday's debate centered on whether documents like the purchase and sale agreement should be shielded from public view under trade secret protections. Commissioners Gabriel Aguilera, Patrick O'Connell, and Greg Nybert agreed to protect the information for now, citing legal obligations and consumer protection, although they acknowledged that future transparency requirements would apply if the deal proceeds. In a separate matter, the PRC unanimously denied a request from El Paso Electric, or EPE, to retroactively accept 6 late-filed Rule 440 project reports. These reports, which are required for mid-sized infrastructure projects, were not submitted with the mandatory 30-day prior notice. EPE asked for a variance to excuse the oversight and accept the filings after the fact. While Nybert was open to leniency, O'Connell and Aguilera rejected the request firmly, arguing that granting the variance would send the wrong message and undermine compliance. Instead, the commission ordered EPE to show cause why it should not face penalties for violating reporting rules, signaling the PRC's commitment to regulatory accountability. And 2 daughters of the University of New Mexico staff members Charlie and Jenny LeBlanc were tragically killed in a car crash Thursday on Oregon's Highway 101. The LeBlancs, longtime UNM employees, sustained serious injuries and were hospitalized. The crash occurred when a truck crossed into oncoming traffic, hitting another SUV and then colliding head-on with the LeBlancs' vehicle. The daughters, ages 15 and 12, died from their injuries. The driver of the truck and the other SUV also sustained serious injuries. UNM leaders expressed shock and heartbreak, offering condolences and support to the grieving family. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today we can expect scattered showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. with a high near 93. As for this evening, scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected again before midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 63. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.